Quixotic Odyssey said, hello.
Hello, hello.
Jeff Cover said, hello.
Hey, Dad. I was just about to send you a text, see if you wanted to tune in and help me figure out what's going on with this thing. Trying a new shoulder cam setup here. Only new in that it can actuate left to right a little bit. Got my Dr. Pepper. Whew, warm out here. I'm going to disconnect from the Wi-Fi. Happens every time. Disconnected.
Reconnecting.
Reconnecting.
Connected.
Perfect. Whew. Warm day. Out here in Texas. So yeah, the problem you described, Dad, in that grok. I need to clean this place up a little bit. And that grok prompt was basically exactly.
Jeff Cover said, hit 95 here today.
Dang. That's hotter than it is here. But yeah, that prompt you gave Grok was basically the same thing that's happening here. No spark, no starter motor crank. Just a bunch of click, 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 click. Here, I'll show you. Now let me get the gas tank off first. You can see that there's no spark. Oh shit, has this been on this whole time? Fuck. Have to remember to turn my multimeter off. So yeah, I was riding along and then all of a sudden I just completely lost. The engine just turned off and I couldn't start it back up. No ignition, CDI action, nothing. But luckily I never ride on the fucking highways because I know that shit like that might happen. And if I'm on some giant overpass up in the sky, you know, like with no shoulder, what am I gonna do? It's like, just sit there and I'd like push the bike down the highway.
I was asking Rock for you.
Oh, thanks, yeah. Yeah, you just mentioned DR650, I think, maybe by mistake. But it's probably the same design, pretty much. Same answer. But yeah, I wasn't riding on the highway, so I was riding on one of that, whatever you call it, side roads to the side of the highway. So when the engine just quit all of a sudden, I was able to pull off safely into a parking lot. So that's why I don't ride on the highway on this thing anymore. Just not safe. There's so many sections of the highway with no shoulder. The bike stops, what do? Just sit there and hope I don't get annihilated by a semi.
Jeff Cover said, "Yep, I did. Meant KLR 650.
Yeah, it said the starter relay was the most likely culprit. And I thought
Jeff
so
Cover
too.
said, "Smart."
I thought it was probably the starter relay too. I gave that thing a lot of focus, looked at I didn't test it with the multimeter at all. I don't really know how to do that for continuity. Of course, this thing's like totally full. Again, be careful it doesn't leak. Let's bring the light. Actually, we want the spark plug to be in the shadow. So I got the spark plug hooked up here. This spark plug.
Jeff Cover said, "Texas citizens didn't insist on bike lanes and sidewalks everywhere."
No. In fact, they don't even put lights on most of their roads. Like everywhere, so many roads you drive on, there's like no street lights. Probably can't really see what I'm doing. I don't really know how I should position this thing. So here's the spark plug, grounding it against the engine block. Turn the key.
Jeff Cover said, "I'm sure that maintenance manual I sent you or the climber manual will explain how to test that."
Yeah, I'm gonna look at that. Excuse me. There you go. That's what it sounds like. No spark. So maybe the starter relay is messed up somehow. So I guess I can start with testing that. I unplugged and replugged all of these connectors here pretty much. Behind the front panel, you know, all these guys. Because last time I was having an issue like this, I can't really remember exactly what it sounded like when I tried to start it, but I ended up just fiddling with one of these and it fixed it, right? Like I went in and I cleaned all the connectors back here, all the plugs. And I put that dielectric grease on the connectors. Which I think you had mentioned might not be a good thing. Actually, I don't know. I forgot my light and my knife. Alright, so I'm going to grab my tools. Pretty much had everything. It was late in the day and I did not feel like trying to fix something like this at the time. Just wanted to go for a little pleasure cruise. I guess doesn't matter. Care.
Jeff Cover said, yes, it is designed to prevent electrical connection.
Really? I thought it was a good idea to put dielectric grease on your plugs to sort of prevent corrosion. They seem to work for a long time. So these connections are all good. The battery power is good. So you watch. Well, let's check the voltage of the battery. .19. So that's down from 12.5, which is what it was when I first tested it, but it, you know, the charging system should be fine with a reading like that. Here's the starter relay. I'm going to go ahead and try to remove it again without unplugging the battery, which is a bad idea, but if you're careful, you won't shock yourself. Okay. Just gonna leave the screw in there, I think. Now we can unplug this. Check it out. Is there anything that's supposed to go in that spot? I checked the fuse.
Jeff Cover said, my comments are so delayed that they're not very useful to you.
Really? That sucks. So the fuse is good, I think. I mean, it looks good, right? Doesn't look broken. 20 amp fuse. Let's see what the manual says about testing the starter relay. Used to have a spare fuse in it, or in this thing. And I guess I used it. Tested all these connections.
Jeff Cover said, you can do a continuity check using the two prongs of the fuse.
Oh yeah. Okay, let me try that. So how do you do a continuity check again? Do you set it to ohms? Or can I just connect these two like this? Just set it to like 200 ohms or something. Maybe that symbol, whatever that is. So I am getting a reading when I do that. Point. Looks like 55 ohms, maybe. Goes up to kind of bouncing all over the place. I don't know.
Jeff Cover said, yeah, you set it to arms and you can test it by connecting the two leads.
Do that right? I set it to this setting right here in the ohms category. And it was coming up as like 50 at most. Let me see if the manual says anything about testing the starter relay.
Jeff Cover said, you're hoping to get the same reading that you get when you put the two leads together.
Oh, okay. We're getting kind of all sorts of crazy readings. No, I think it's good. Electrical system 169 starter relay. Circuits, switches, light bulbs, and fuses can be checked for continuity, a completed circuit, using an ohm meter connected to the appropriate color-coded wires in the circuit. Tests can be made at the connector or at the part. Use the following procedure as a guide to perform general continuity tests. When performing continuity checks, do not turn on the ignition switch. Damage to parts and test equipment could occur. Also verify that power from the battery is not routed directly into the test circuit, regardless of ignition switch position. Refer to the wiring diagram at the back of this manual and find the part to be checked.
Said, when you put the leads together, there's no resistance, and that number is usually 1.0.
Okay. Let me try setting it to the 200 ohms. How about kilo ohms? And you can see what's happening on the ohm meter when I hold it like this at the 200 ohm setting. Seems to be 0.4. I don't know if that's working right. Refer to the wiring diagram, identify the wire colors leading to the part and determine which pairs of wires should be checked. For any check, the circuit should begin at the connector, pass through the part, then return to the connector. Determine when continuity should exist. Typically, whenever a switch or button is turned on, it closes the circuit and the meter should indicate continuity. When the switch or button is turned off...
Said, I'm messing with mine right now and it looks like the 1.0s when the leaves are open. When you put them together, you'll get a number based on which selector you have the ammeter on.
Oh, okay. I wonder what this symbol means. Trace the wires. It opens the circuit and the meter should not indicate typically whenever a switch or button is turned on, it closes the circuit and the meter should indicate continuity. When the switch or button is turned off, it opens the circuit and the meter should not indicate continuity. Trace the wires from the part of the nearest connector, separate the connector, connect an ohm meter to the connector half and the leads to the part being checked. Connect the ohm meter to the connector half that leads to the part being checked. If the test is being made at the terminals on the part, remove all other wires connected to the terminals so they do not influence the meter reading. Operate, switch or button and check for continuity. Electrical connectors. All models are equipped with numerous electrical components, connectors, and wires. Corrosion causing moisture can enter these electrical connectors and cause poor electrical connections, leading to component failure. Troubleshooting an electrical circuit with one or more corroded electrical connectors can be time-consuming and frustrating. When reconnecting electrical connectors, pack them in dielectric grease compound. See? Dielectric grease is specially formulated for sealing and waterproofing electrical connections without interfering with current flow. Use only this compound or an equivalent designed for this specific purpose. Do not use a substitute that may interfere with the current flow within the electrical connector. Do not use silicone sealant. After cleaning both the male and female connectors, make sure they are thoroughly dry. Apply dielectric grease to the interior of one of the connectors prior to connecting the connector halves. For best results, the compound should fill the entire inner area of the connector. On multi-pin connectors, you also pack the back side of both the male and female side with the compound to prevent moisture from entering the connector. After the connector is fully packed, wipe all excess compound from the exterior. Alright, so that's negative battery terminal. That should be fine. This is the battery, this is the charging system, that should be fine. Rotor and starter clutch. Alright, regulator rectifier. I don't know if that's good. I did unplug it and replug it. It's right there on my bike. Well, maybe we'll check that later. Starter, I think the starter is probably good. I would hope so. Oh, they tell you how to disassemble it. Starter relay. So we'll figure out how to test this.
Jeff Cover said, I stand corrected.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't ruin all my connectors with dielectric grease. Now this ruins my weekend. Hopefully, I'm just hoping I can fix it quickly. The starter, okay. Starter relay, removal installation. Disconnect the negative battery cable. Remove the starter relay. Disconnect the starter motor lead. Remove the starter relay. Install by reversing the removals. Testing. Remove the starter relay as described in this chapter. Connect a 12-volt battery to the positive terminal and negative terminal on the relay. Connect a 12-volt battery to the positive terminal and negative terminal. Okay, so they want it hooked up, like right here. Wait a minute. Connect an ohm meter to the relay terminals shown in figure 49. What is this? There should be continuity indicating resistance, indicating the relay.
Jeff Cover said, I switched to X.
Oh, cool. Hopefully that's a little bit faster. Replace the relay if there is no continuity. Infinity. Disconnect the 12-volt test battery from the relay. Test battery? What? I mean, I do have another 12-volt battery that I think should be good. But I don't know how I would...
Jeff Cover said, definitely faster.
Oh, great. Glad to hear it. I have this battery I was using as a doorstop. Set this to 12 volts or 20 volts. Positive and negative. Yeah, this is still
Jeff Cover
fully
said,
charged.
What section are you in? What page?
Page 185, section 9. It's kind of weird. It's like telling me to connect a battery to these two prongs. It would seem. And then use an ohm meter on. Connect the 12-volt battery to the positive terminal, figure 49, and negative terminal on the relay. There should, and negative terminal on the relay. Connect an ohm meter to the relay terminals, shown in figure 49. There should be continuity, indicating resistance. Indicated resistance, indicating the relay is operating correctly. Replace the relay if there is no continuity. Infinity. Disconnect the 12-volt test battery from the relay. There should be no continuity. Infinity. When the battery is disconnected from the relay. Replace the relay if there is continuity. Fuck. I don't know what on earth they're talking about. Hooking up a 12-volt battery to these prongs and then testing resistance at those points? I guess maybe if I can touch these two things there, I can probably do that, but then I need like 4 hands to do that. And I feel like I'm definitely going to cause sparks to fly. But I do have another battery.
Jeff Cover said, I don't seem to have that section, but it sounds like they are trying to manually activate the relay.
Well, we can at least test it for resistance when there's nothing attached. So and I've got this test battery here, so if we can create connections from the battery to these prongs safely, that's what they want. If I just had this little you know, deep, deep. I think I should have some electrical connectors and stuff somewhere around here. Jury rig something, maybe. Stuff went.
Jeff Cover said, can I call you while you're doing this, or does that mess with your streak?
Yeah, I might mess with my stream a little bit. You probably don't like watching thumb fiddle around, do you? Yeah, it might be a little distracting, Dad, if I'm trying to talk to you while I'm working. Oh, there's another 20 amp fuse. A couple of extra fuses in here. Should at least put that on the... Oh, here's my little connections. And I've got these little connectors here, but I don't have any wire. I don't have any spare wire to create a connection to there. Well, maybe kind of wish I just had an analog ohmmeter. The starter relay, let's just see, maybe there's an easier test we can do over here. Starter circuit relay 50.
Jeff Cover said, a failed ignition coil or CDI could prevent spark production while not affecting other electrical code.
Right. Yeah, I think I can rule out the starter coil, which, like I said, I should have one lying around here somewhere. Yeah. No, that's not it. Got all these spare parts. I think I can rule it out. Oh, yeah, I can use this. Some extra wires here. I wonder. If I can use this stuff to test. I think I can rule out the ignition coil because it's not even trying to crank the starter motor. And that's what Grok said in the prompt he gave it. The most likely thing is the starter relay. Might try something here. See what I'm doing here? I bet if I attach these guys here and then I plug in some wires here, it's basically what we want. Let me see. And find. Old parts coming in handy. listening to a podcast at like insane volume. Just gonna try this thing. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we got some exposed wire. Jared, the amateur electrician. So, what's going on here? Now we just thread this through here. This little prong over here.
Jeff Cover said, sparks are going to fly.
Yeah, I know. My needle nose aren't needly enough. There we go. Excellent connection there. Do the same thing on this side. Just too bad I don't know how to use my ohm meter. I don't even know if it works. Another connection right there. Fuck. This is what the future is going to be like that, except instead of a live stream, it'll be an AI voice. Talks to me. Damn it. Little droid sits on my shoulder and helps me do all my little tasks. Actually, I guess I should look at the diagram first too. All right, so it says positive and negative. So I'll do the black one on the top up here, since black's negative. And then I just want to bend that a little bit up, make a good connection. Somewhat. And then, same thing over here, and that through. See? Here we go. Then I guess I'll just connect these directly up here. Try to see what happens. Maybe clamp them down with these. So I'll do black on negative, like I said. How do I do this? And then red on positive. Whoa! Did I just blow the fuse? I did. I think I did. No, the fuse is still good. Am I, am I not doing this test correctly or something? Did you see what happened? I'm kind of scared to do it again. Look at that. And they want me to touch that. Whoop. Okay. So now I take my multimeter, I guess, and set it to
Jeff Cover said, "That's enough."
You think? You think that's a sufficient test?
Jeff Cover said, "It sounded like the relay was operating."
You're right. I'm just going to see if I can get any kind of reading on it. Just because it's making a...
Incoming call. Incoming call. Incoming call. Incoming call. Incoming call. Incoming call.
Oh, I wonder who this could be.
Incoming call. Incoming call.
Hey.
Hey. Hey, we should, unless you're streaming for somebody else, we should probably just do this as a video phone call because I can't talk to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of doing it for...
I can't make comments while you're doing things.
Right, I understand. Yeah, I mean,
I'm just getting frustrated.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, we can talk on the phone while I do this. That's fine. Doesn't mess up the stream. I just can't really hear the chat, I don't think.
Oh, okay. I don't... Are you still there? Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I was checking to see if I could... Yeah, excellent. Let me do it. I'll go back to YouTube. I'm talking about making a phone call while looking at your stream. Doesn't work on it. But it might work out. Yeah, I think that's working on YouTube. Okay, so are you? Yeah, you're looking at your phone right now.
Yeah, yeah. Can you see what I'm doing?
Okay, yeah, this will work.
All right, so now it says connect the ohm meter to the relay terminals. There should be continuity.
You don't need to have the ohm meter connected to the battery to determine continuity. Now, if you're testing a relay, you know, the relay is just an electromagnet. You know how that works, right?
Yeah.
How an electromagnet works. It's just turning a bar into a magnet, and then it causes a switch to close, the magnetic.
Right.
So you might need power to make that happen, and that might be why they have you connected to the battery. I'm guessing that this is a way to see that it goes from, if it switches, it goes from no continuity to continuity and back and forth. It's a switch, an electromagnetic switch. So you're just trying to, I think by connecting to the battery, this test is probably trying to get you to operate that electromagnetic switch and see if it works. And you're using the meter to see if it's opening and closing.
Okay. Yeah. So I think I have it. I think I'm seeing continuity. You see what I'm seeing?
No, I can't see the detail. I can see you got your leads on something, and I can see the phone in the meter.
Okay, it's.
I can't see what you're touching though.
Well, I'm trying to show you what the meter's doing. It's going up to like 400, 187, 200, down to 0 again.
Okay, so what you want to do with that meter is put it on something that you know has continuity, like a nail. Or just put the two prongs together and see what reading you get. That's the reading you want to see when you have continuity. In other words, when the switch is closed.
Right.
And the prongs apart, and what does it read? It should read 1.0.
It's kind of like, do you see what it's doing? It's kind of like going all over the place.
Yeah, but you're still touching that box. Don't do that. We're trying to help you figure out what continuity looks like on that meter, okay?
Yeah,
So,
I'm touching the prongs together now.
all right, what reading do you get? What's it read?
It's kind of jumping all over the place.
Try to put it in your highest setting for continuity, like 200,000, 200K, or whatever.
Okay.
Do you have multiple settings?
Yeah, there seems to be a bunch of different categories.
I think you're just not getting a good connection.
Yeah, that's a steady 0.2. If I put it on 200 ohms, it says 0.2.
Okay. All right, so that's the number you're looking for when you do the test on the box
All right.
and power it up. You want to see that thing closed, and then you can see the reading of 0.2.
All right, I'm getting it.
What's the reading, hey Jared, what's the reading when you don't hold them together?
0 L. Period.
Zero?
Yeah, 0 L period.
Okay, when you don't hold them together, 0 then is no continuity.
Okay. So yeah, I'm seeing continuity, I think.
You're seeing it right now?
Yeah, when I touch the terminal,
Without powering.
no, with powering.
Oh, okay. So if you remove the power, we want to see that switch open and then no continuity.
Right. So I'll try that.
Okay.
All right, looks like that's working.
I assume that's what that test is all about.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, yeah, so that's good. I think I did the test. All right, so that's working.
All right.
Started to smell a little bit. Oh shit, it's super fucking hot.
Yeah, I wouldn't leave that like that for too long.
Yeah, I think it started to melt a little bit. The relay itself is like super hot. Holy shit.
Yeah, just leave it. Hopefully you didn't mess it up.
Yeah.
I can't believe they have you do that, connect directly to it. I guess, if it's using 12 volts, 12 volts is 12 volts, yeah. But it might get set down before it gets there,
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't at least say don't leave it on there for too long. It seemed like, because it probably doesn't get that much power constantly up, it's just when you start the bike.
Yeah. Yeah, and as soon as you let go of that button, that start button, it's because that relay got open up.
All right, so next section is,
Hey, what about the easiest thing to do? And that's one of the things I learned from John's manual. They told me to do the easier stuff first. And, without having to take too much stuff apart, like, could this be the kill switch on either the kickstand or, up on the handlebar?
no, I don't think so, because if that was the case, it wouldn't even click. It wouldn't even do the clicking part.
Oh, right. So power is from the relay, and does it go straight from there down to the starter motor? Hey, before you answer that, how did you, in this pro, you were riding along and then it just quit?
Yeah.
So you were driving and then just cut off. Wow.
Yep. No warning, nothing.
Sounds like the wire came loose.
Yeah.
Or, let's see.
But like I said, before I called the tow truck, I was there for over an hour.
Were you doing that in the dark?
No, I was in a well-lit parking lot. Fortunately. But yeah, I unplugged and replugged all this shit up here. 1, 2, 3, 4 different plugs. I came down here, unplugged this and replugged it. This. Everything I could find, really, that I knew wasn't like just a fan or a blinker or something. So yeah, I think I should test this probably, if I can. I'm sure these wires are fine. This wire goes to the starter motor. Same one that connects to the starter relay. So we know the starter motor isn't working, right? I'd imagine if the relay was working, then the starter would activate. Because I think that's all it is like I bet I could test the starter motor just by connecting these two prongs. Oh, we don't want these to touch. Fuck, that's still connected to the... Are you still there, Dad? Did I lose you?
Incoming call. Incoming call. Incoming call.
Hey, did I lose you?
Hey, I'm back. Accidentally hung up on you.
Can you hear me?
Okay. I can't at all. Hold on.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I hung up on you accidentally now. I'm disconnected from the stream. I'm trying to get back to that.
Are you watching, are you somewhere outside right now?
No, I'm sitting in the garage about to go in the house because I'm sweating my ass off. I
That's,
came out here from the manual and sat down. Okay, I got the stream running. Well, I selected it. Something went wrong. Try again later. Ah! Are you there?
yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, I thought I hung up on you. Going back to YouTube.
So I think, can you see what I'm doing now? Did you get video feed?
Can't hear you too good. Yeah.
So I think I might want to test this if I can somehow. I could still start it motor, but maybe not. So I'm going to test this thing too. The starter circuit relay.
Oh.
The same way. Remove the starter circuit relay as described in this section. Connect 12-volt battery and ohmmeter with the battery and ohmmeter. Check for continuity. Disconnect the battery. Check for continuity. Alright, so it just like works the same way. I guess I can test that. I wonder, I'd like to test the starter motor. But I feel like if the spark plug doesn't spark, then it's probably the same thing that's causing the starter motor not to try to start.
What did you do you test the spark plug?
Well, I switched to a different spark plug, and then, the same way you always test it, ground it, and
For some reason, I'm hearing you talking two conversations, Jared.
you're probably getting audio from the stream. You might be able to.
Let me see if I can mute it.
I think what you probably have to do is turn down the volume with the phone, and then you'll see like a volume mixer. You can turn down the media, but not the phone call. I don't really want to test this relay circuit.
All right, I turned that off. I'm going to put it on the television. I was doing everything through my phone and my earbuds, and I just couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Man, I get you on the big screen.
Great. Coolant temperature gauge. Fan testing.
Hey, is your battery connected right now on the bike?
Yes.
I'm just curious, if you said you knew it wasn't the kill switch on the handlebar because you were able to hit the start button and get it to do something?
Yeah, I think what we were hearing was the starter relay going like on and off, and that wouldn't even happen if there was a kill switch in the mix. So it's pretty certain. And we're getting power to the starter relay, I'm pretty sure.
Well, you can turn your key on, make your headlight come on, and hit the start switch and nothing will happen because you got the kill switch on. All right? You turn the kill switch off, you hit the starter, everything works.
Yeah.
So how do we know the kill switch is functioning correctly? In other words, when you turn it off, how do we know it's going? When you turn to the operating position, how do we know it's actually going there?
Well, if I
Still, that's a switch. It's either open or closed. I don't know what's normal. For start, it's probably a closed switch. And if you go to the start position, if the switch isn't closing, you won't get any spark, and it would shut your engine down.
Yeah, but
I've never tried this, but if you were driving along and you hit your kill switch, would it make your bike stop? It's supposed to.
yeah, it would.
It
It does. Yeah, the reason I know it's not a kill switch issue is because if...
Close to the phone.
Can you hear me? Hello? Did you hang up on me again?
Yeah, that's better.
Oh, is that better?
Yeah, that's way better.
So the reason I know it's not a kill switch thing is because if the kill switch was on, the starter button wouldn't do anything. But when I press the starter button, you know, with the kill switch deactivated, all the kill switches. I don't have a kill switch on my kickstand anymore.
How did you disable that?
By
Could whatever you did to disable that, could that have failed?
well, I don't know, maybe, but if it was disabling the system, then the start button wouldn't do anything. But the start button is trying to start the bike. So that's why I don't think it's a kill switch issue. I think we're getting power from the battery to the starter relay through these terminals, right? And the starter relay is working. We established that. And I guess if the starter relay is working, then see this wire right here that connects to the starter relay, this black wire, it goes straight to the starter motor. So I would think that if the relay is working, then the starter motor should try to turn, but it doesn't do that. Yeah.
Shut up.
You got real quiet all of a sudden, Dad. I can't hear you.
I don't know. I'm using these earbuds. The starter failing would not make your bike just shut off while you're riding along.
Right, and it wouldn't. We would still get spark to the spark plug if it was just a starter motor issue, right? Don't you think?
Yeah, you would still get spark, yeah.
All right. Well, maybe I'll put the starter relay back in and see if I fixed it or something.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. Power off.
It's cooled down a little bit. And you know what? I'm going to try a different fuse just for the hell of it. Oh shit, I think my phone died. Dad, I think my phone died. I wonder why. Should have had an okay battery. Alright, well I'm gonna plug this back in. Doesn't really clip anymore. Ow. Oh, maybe it just randomly shut off. phone acts behave strangely sometimes. Alright, where is the... There's that. This one's right here. How's this usually? Goes like this, right? Don't touch both wires, or you will get shocked. Kind of a pain in the butt. Yeah. Motherfucker. This is like playing Operation. Oh, I'm gonna touch both parts. See where I've fused it a little bit before. I think the short screwdriver is actually working against me here. All right, now I can. All right. Same deal. What does that mean?